It's your favorite cousin Ken here at the Lighthouse Women's Wellness Center. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about teenagers who are battling depression, because I do have teenagers myself. Well, I have 2 teenagers left and my oldest is 21, but I definitely know that depression is very real when it comes to our teenagers, and most of the times they're just trying to make it and trying to cope with, the different motions and changes of being a teenager. And as parents, sometimes we forget that we were once teenagers and we expect so much from our teenagers, but we have to slow down and be patient with them. So the first part of this video is going to be directed towards mothers. The second part of this video, I am going to be talking directly towards the teenagers, because I know that it is important for me to share some things with you teenagers directly that I have shared with my own children that has helped them with moving through the motions. That's really all that it is. Depression, anxiety, all these different terms. It's just your emotions, how you're dealing with life and life experiences. And anytime you feel depressed, it's because you're feeling down about something that you're not really sure of how to get yourself out of. And I'm going to tell you exactly how to get yourself out of any situation when it comes to your emotions, because you are in control. All right. You are in control of the situation. You are in control of your emotions. And even if you cannot change the situation, you can still change how you feel about whatever it is that you're going through. Okay. So, mothers, I want to talk to you mothers because, like I said, a lot of us are living life, right? We're just trying to take care of our children. We're working day to day, regardless if it's in our business or on our job or whatever it is that we're doing. We're just trying to provide for our children. And a lot of times as women, we are the ones that are carrying the weight of the family. A lot of us women are the head of the household. And being that we are the head of the household, we are under a substantial amount of stress, so much stress. We are under so much stress, and it's hard for us to do the things that we need to do as mothers and do the things that we need to do as providers and balance all of that at the same time. And so what I will tell you as a mother from experience, the best thing that we can do for our children is do the best thing for ourselves, which means that if you are overworked, if you are stressed, then the best thing you can do for your child to help your child is to reduce the stress. And I know you're going to say, Ken, how can I reduce the stress? I have to take care of the bills. I have to do everything. I'm here to tell you, everything that you're doing, you are deciding to do. If you want to do something different, you can do something different whenever you are ready. If you are being guided to release a job or a business or to do something else, go in a different direction, then follow that guidance, because that spirit, okay, that guidance that you're getting from within that is directing you on a different path is your path to freedom. But if you're not following that path and you're not following that inner guidance, then what will happen is you will be responsible for taking care of yourself. And a lot of women, we are taking care of ourselves. Our children are taking care of themselves. We're all just taking care of ourselves, trying to make it in this world, when we have a creator that wants to take care of us. But we have to get out of the driver's seat and start to listen. All right. So, like I said, I'm just telling you that from experience, because I know what it's like to work very hard on a job, working in corporate, and also working on my business and working in my business, doing both. And it was very stressful. And I will be completely honest, I was not able to show up for my children in a way that they needed me to show up until I decided to stop working hard. So I was in Kansas City, Missouri, which is where we're from. And I felt the guidance, or heard the guidance, to move to Atlanta, Georgia. Now, none of my family is here. I just moved here because, number one, I moved here to open up the Lighthouse Center, which I knew this is a part of my path and my journey. But I did not know that I was going to come down here and start healing and working on myself. And I was granted that opportunity when I took the step to move. But if I would have been like everybody else in my hometown, scared to move, scared to make a move, scared to do what it is that I need to do, and not even from my hometown, just people in general, we get stuck in life and we feel like, we don't want to make the moves and we don't want to do the things. We're afraid of the outcome. Whenever we live like that, then we are blocking that flow of spirit, and spirit can't move, So the things that we need help with, we can't receive the help that we need because we're not in position to receive it. So when I moved here to Atlanta, Georgia, baby, I moved down to the sticks in the woods and by the mountains, and life just got so much easier for me when I moved down here. And it was partially because of my environment, but I also needed to just remove myself from being around everybody and just strictly connect to myself and connect to the Creator. And I'm telling you, ladies, listen, our Creator wants to take care of us. Our Creator wants to take care of us and give us everything that we need if we listen. We cannot do whatever we want to do and then ask for our Creator to take care of us. It doesn't work like that. And it's just like I always say, it's like having a parent who has everything. Your parent who has everything, they have all these riches and they'll give you whatever. But you have to do certain things in order to connect to those riches and that abundance. And that is the truth. When it comes to our Creator, there are certain things that we got to stop doing. If you're out here dating, being with different men, living however you're living and doing whatever you're doing, then you're going to have to work hard to take care of yourself. But once you get into this pure energy, into this divine energy of allowing spirit to take care of you and following that guidance, cutting things that no longer serve you, then you don't have to take care of yourself, because now you have this protection, you have the discernment, you have the peace, you have everything you need. Even if you don't have all the money, you'll have the resources, you'll have the access, you'll have the approvals, which is what I always say we need anyway, okay? We don't always need money as women. You don't always need that, and men too, but we feel like we need so much money. But I'm here to tell you that when you start to operate as a spirit, which is what you are and who you are, all right? You may be this beautiful woman on the outside, but you really are a spirit. And once you learn to connect to that part of you that does not need these physical things, then you will be able to live in this flow, okay? And you won't need so much money, okay? You will need support from people. You'll need access, resources, and approvals. That's what I call Sarah. Support, access, resources, and approvals, okay? That's all you need. And when you need money, it'll come. If you don't need money, then you don't need it. But, anyway, that's just switching to a whole nother dimension, we'll say, okay? Living from a whole nother dimension. And if you are feeling low or depressed as a mother, taking care of children, then just know it's because you are carrying a lot of the burden. And whenever you're carrying all of the burden, life becomes so stressful that you will do anything to relieve the stress. You'll do anything to just feel some sense of peace in your life. And so that's why a lot of times as mothers, we'll start to overeat, or we'll go shopping, or we'll work ourselves to death. We'll do all these other different type of things just to find relief, when truly all we really need to do is really lock in and get focused on ourselves, on our feelings, and start to release those things that we know we're being guided to release. And if it's a relationship, the relationship gotta go. I'm telling you from experience, I've had to release a relationship I was in for many, many years. And it was devastating for myself and for my children and everything. But it was the best decision for me because I needed to move forward, all right? So if it's a relationship you need to release, you gotta do what you gotta do. If it's a job, you got to do what you got to do, because your children need you to be present. And as women, we're so busy most of the time, not just working on jobs, but even in our businesses, we're so busy that we don't have time to pay attention to our children and how they feel. Our responsibility as women is to nurture humanity, but we cannot nurture our children and have that sensitivity to them if we're not nurturing and sensitive to ourselves. So my advice to you as a mother would be to start to focus on yourself. The best thing you can do for your children is do the best thing for you. If you know you're being guided to eat better, then start to eat better, because that affects you, okay? That affects how you feel, your hormones and things like that. It really does impact your life When you are being guided to stop eating so much meat and processed food, that is spirit letting you know that those things that you're putting in your body is impacting you and it's affecting the way that you think. And you may not have the patience that you need to have if you're eating and consuming a lot of processed food and a lot of meat. Because remember, those animals, they have hormones. And when you take on the hormones of these animals, then that can change how you feel. I'm just telling you from experience, okay? So just think about that, okay? Think about that. And, you know, I know we want to help our children, but I'll tell you, I did not know how to help my children. I did not know how to be a good mother to my children. So I was just trying to take care of them, which is what most of us mothers do. You know, I was just trying to take care of them. I was trying to make sure they ate every day, that we had a roof over our head. It didn't matter what we ate, as long as we eat something. It doesn't matter where we live, as long as we're living somewhere, you know. And once I got out of survival mode and I started to connect to spirit and start to connect with the greatest version of myself within, then I started to live on purpose. And that is where your fulfillment comes from. That is where your peace is going to come from. If you're always irritated and agitated and frustrated all the time, it's because your soul is over here, your body's over here, and the spirit's over there, okay? So everything is out of alignment. So I have what is called the spiritual alignment class, which you know I always offer this all to you. And if you don't know, I'm offering it to you now. The opportunity to join spiritual alignment class. It's a 4-week commitment to yourself. It's a reset, and it's going to help you with developing some skills so that you can learn how to connect to your spirit and connect to that greatest version of yourself. It's very, very important, okay? And it's only a 4-week commitment, so you do have time. I know you say you don't have time, but you do have time. We have time for the things that we want to have time for, and it's time for you to focus on yourself as a mother if you want to be able to help your children with these different, you know, situations and issues that they're going through, okay? All right, so that's for the mamas. Now, for the teenagers, for my young cousins, let me tell you something. Let your favorite cousin Ken tell you something, because I am your big cousin now, okay? When it comes to depression and anxiety and things like that, okay, I know for one, you're dealing with a lot. And you're going from this adolescence phase of being a child to being an adult. And whenever you're going through this phase, there are so many emotions that you go through as a teenager. And it's important for you, just like I was telling your mother, it's the same thing for you. It's important for you to get connected to how you feel and pay attention to how you feel. If you are feeling stressed out, if you're feeling like people in your life are stressing you out, I don't care if it's your boyfriend, I don't care if it's your friends, or whatever it is that's going on in your life, it's very, very important, it's very important for you to eliminate those distractions, because a lot of times that depression and those feelings that you feel, it can be coming from external things. So if you can reduce that stress by reducing the time you spend with certain people that make you feel depressed or make you feel anxious or make you feel a certain type of way, you want to do that as soon as possible. And I know a lot of y'all girls out there, y'all be in love with these boys, and I know I ain't crazy, okay? And I did say ain't. I am not crazy. I have a teenage daughter, and trust me, I know what it was like when she was in high school and dating boys and trying to balance going to school and dating these crazy little boys. It's difficult. And if you're doing that, then just know that a lot of times when you're opening yourself up to a relationship, then you're putting more stress on yourself than you really need, if it's causing you to be distracted or causing you to feel down, you know, sometimes. Because I know that when you're dealing with boys, it can make you feel down. So if you're in a relationship with a boy, you may not be telling your mama, you may not tell your favorite cousin Ken, but I know the truth, you know. If you're a pretty young lady, guys are going to like you. That's just what it is, you know. I've been a teenager before, so, you know, they're going to like you, but they should never come before you. And you have to monitor how they make you feel. If they're starting to make you feel anxious, make you feel jealous, make you feel sad, one minute you're happy with them, next minute you're sad with them, you know, all these different type of things, you have to remain focused on yourself and your goals. Your goal right now is graduating from high school. That is your goal. You want to make sure that you're focused on that. You want to make sure that your attention is always focused on the things that matter the most to you. Because if you're not focusing on yourself and you start focusing on the boys or hanging out with the friends and the drama that comes with the friends, then you're going to get distracted, okay? So that's just if you are having a relationship issue. Now, if the depression that you're feeling is coming from your home and your environment, then this is what I'll tell you. The same thing I told all my nieces and nephews, and I have big grown nieces and nephews, okay? Your favorite cousin Ken is a great auntie, so your auntie, okay? I know what I'm talking about. I have talked to them, and I tell my children the same thing. Whatever it is that you're going through, whether it's in your home environment, whatever, it won't last forever. I guarantee you, it's not going to last forever. If you feel like your parents are tough on you or you have a lot of pressure on you from school and assignments and all these things, this is just a cycle. It's not going to last forever. And one day you are going to be responsible for yourself. So just take this time to really, start to plan what it is that you want to do with your life. Who do you want to be? How do you want to be in life? Do you want to make some changes right now? Because there are changes that you can make right now. You can do those things. And the things that you can control, you control those things. And the things that you can't control, then you just have to wait until time passes, and then you will be able to control them, because you're only with your parents for a certain amount of time. You're only in school for a certain amount of time. You're only in these relationships with your boyfriends, your friends, and stuff like that. All of this only lasts for a certain amount of time. But the thing that will always be is you and your goals. That's what will always, 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 always keep you afloat. So stay focused, all right? And if you have too much time on your hand, that's why I used to tell my daughter, if you have too much time on your hand, you need to figure out what it is that you like to do. Find you a hobby. There are things that you can do in school. Get involved in activities. Don't just go to school and do your work and then come home. You need to keep yourself occupied. If you're spending a lot of time on social media, on devices, laptops, things like that, that can cause you to feel depressed. You need to get out. You need to be social. You need to get out there and see what it is that you can do. And I remember having the same conversation with my daughter in the car one day, because she was going to work and going to school, back and forth. But in between going to work and going to school, she had a lot of time on her hands. So I was telling her that outside of you going to work and going to school, you need to find some things that you enjoy doing so you can release some of this pressure and stress, So she ended up signing up for crochet club. And the teacher that she was working with, because crochet club was at her school, she actually got so close with this teacher, and I'm telling you, they were just like, it was like that was her mom, okay? But she taught my daughter how to crochet, and now my daughter just crochets and she loves to crochet. Look, she made me this right here. I'm gonna show you this. Look, she made me this right here. She's so talented. She made me this hat. Y'all see the hat that I wear? And she's so talented. But that part of her was laying dormant. She was not using her creativity, and she's a very creative person. So she had to tap into her creativity, and that's what helped to bring her out of that depressive state, because at the same time, she was going through a breakup with the boy. So I said, look, don't worry about this boy. Let this boy go and start focusing on yourself and get busy doing something that you enjoy doing, because once you start to be creative, once you start to use your skills and start to see what you are made of, nobody can take that away from you. There is nothing that you'll go through, no relationship, nothing. It will not be able to deter you from the fact that you know that you are talented. You know that you are strong and creative. So that's the reason why you not only want to work hard in school, and if you have a job, you want to work on your job, but you also want to connect to your creativity. And if you say, Cousin Ken, I don't know what I like to do, look into whatever it is they have at your school. I don't care if it's, sports, if you like playing sports, because my daughter, she also joined the swim team. So you can start playing some sports. Now, let me tell you something about the sports, okay? I don't recommend playing sports that's going to take you away from your feminine energy, okay? So I know that there are basketball players out there, and I know that there are girls that play football and baseball and hockey or whatever, okay? Listen, I'm not trying to be funny, okay? But I'm being serious. It's okay for you to want to play those sports, But I'm recommending that you play some sports or you get involved with some type of activity that will still keep you in a restful state. Whenever you are being too competitive, then that will just put more stress on you. So see what it is that they offer at your school and join some programs. If they don't have any programs for you to join your school, then look into your neighborhood and into your community. And if they don't have anything in your community, then guess who may be responsible for starting something new? It could be you, okay? You could be the one to bring something to the school. Things don't get done unless somebody do them, okay? So if you feel like your school should have something, or they should incorporate this program, or they should have this to offer to children or young teenagers or whatever, then maybe you should be a part of the committee that brings that to your school. You can do these things, all right? Be active in your life. Don't just allow your life to just pass by and you're not doing anything. The reason why you could be feeling depressed is because you're not using your creativity and that part that is within you that's going to give you that boost of life and energy that you need. So get creative, okay? Also, I want to recommend that you spend some time outside whenever you can. Take you a walk. You know, if you love to swim, like my daughter loves to swim, go swimming. There may be a swimming pool in your neighborhood. Go swimming. You know, you can go with your friends or you can go by yourself. Start to do some things that you love to do that make you feel happy, that can release the stress from you. Reading books is also good. If you're not a reader, then you want to start reading some books, and read some books that make you feel powerful and strong, because you can read some books that could take you to a whole nother place, okay? So reading books is very important. So read and get around people that make you feel good. And if you know that you're not around people that are doing that, then, you know, you may have to 86 them, little cousin. You have to get them out the way and focus on yourself, all right? So that is my recommendation. I definitely am here for you. If you need any support, then you can go over to the Lighthouse. We have the teen chat, so you can ask any questions in the chat group. If you have any questions, I am definitely here, and the ladies here at the Lighthouse as well, to answer your questions. If you're going through some things, of course, you want to ask your parent first to make sure it's okay for you to have the conversation. But we have a teen group chat for teenage girls that, you know, is there to support you along your path. So if you have any questions, then just reach out and let us know. But you do have support, and you are powerful. I want to let you know that you are powerful and you are strong, and you're going to make it through everything that you're going through. But you have to take some time to think about what you're thinking about. Get your journal and document how you feel. Write down how you feel. Have plans for yourself, because when you have plans and you have goals, then you always have something to look forward to. Remember, depression just keeps you stuck in the past or in the present. If you want to move forward, then you have to have plans to look forward to so that you won't feel depressed, all right? Okay, cousin. I hope this helps. I'm trying to think of anything else I need to say. I think that's it. Okay, cousin, I love you so much. And mom, I love you too. I'm here to support you both. If you need any more assistance, make sure that you visit the Lighthouse Women's Wellness Center. I have support there. I'm there to support both of you. And we have a group of women that are definitely here to support you as a mother on your healing and transformation journey. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.